Holding the picture in front of the Reims Cathedral. Quite nice, kids. Look at the kitty cat. You know there's going to be some kids hanging around that kitty cat in a second. Here comes Michael to check it out. Michael was our cat lover supreme. Karen loved Bummer, but was always wary of other cats. Hey Tommy, taking a little nap back there in the Volvo? He's resting up. He had a tough day in Reims running around the cathedral. Train going over the Seine. And that's it, folks. That's all she wrote. France. The Frank family and the Alias family visit Blois. There's Margie and Tommy and Michael and Karen. Let me get this thing framed a little bit here. Seems to be going off track. I'm going down. There's Karen coming at us. There we go. We got it now. This was, I think we went for 3 nights, 2 or 3 nights down the Loire Valley. Visit the chateaux and the locks. That's not bagels and locks. Those are the locks that boats go up and down. Beautiful chateaux there. This was Chateau Dunois on the Loire Valley. There's the Alias, René Claude Alias. And is that Karen? It looks like Karen and Margie going down to the river. Very fast flowing river, the Loire. They've had some serious flooding there in the past. We'll see some evidence of that flooding later on in this film, I believe. But there's a normal day on the Loire. You see those rapids. It's May, so this was not the spring floods or the spring thaw. We're already almost approaching summer. This must have been the Easter break or just a weekend, a long weekend we had off from school. So we went down. There's Margie and Karen down by the river. Tommy and Michael throwing stones and running around like little deer. Cute kids, huh? Got some rapids like that on the Chattahoochee in Atlanta. We take rubber rafts down the river. Kids are running back and forth under the bridge there. The bridge is about 300 years old, and one of the sections of another one a little bit further downstream flooded during the flood. Is Tommy making a wee-wee there, maybe? Yeah, it looks like he's hiding. Even had seagulls inland. It was quite unusual. We're maybe 200 miles from the sea, but there was quite a lot of seagulls all over France, on rivers and lakes and ponds. Hi, kids. Well, this was a boat tie-up point. I think they had some rafts or barges would come and unload their supplies on the Loire. The beautiful, famous chateaux of the Loire. There's the Jeanne d'Arc, Joan of Arc, our liberator statue, and there's 2 of her little soldiers, Marjorie and Michael, and there's Joan of Arc, Jeanne d'Arc as we used to call her, and there she just turned dark. See that, Nikki? And look at that castle, Chateau de Chambord. This was a magnificent, about 50% unfinished castle. Had a phenomenal double winding staircase inside with a wedding chapel. Here comes the Marge. Hey, little Margie girl. Could actually read some of the information from the Michelin Guide. I have the Michelin Guide of the castles of the Loire Valley, but I got to keep an eye open for the kids. They had a double winding staircase where it was built. If you went down one side, the master of the house, when he was escorting one of his mistresses down and another one was coming up, they wouldn't see each other. Had some kind of an architectural approach that the upper one was at a faster pitch on the rise than the bottom one, or vice versa. This is the Chateaux de Chambord, one of the most beautiful. They have a sound and light show there at night that lights up all of these parapets and windowsills, and there's part of that winding staircase from the outside. You also saw some evidence of it from the inside. And there's one of the famous of France, salamanders and ermines and bears. What is the name of those? Dunois cigarettes? Very strong tobacco. Jacques had constant yellow fingers and nicotine-stained teeth. Smoker's hack. Always coughing. Hey, little kitties. What are you doing there, Tommy and Karen? Hey, there's the GB. Didn't use the backlighting there. A lot of sky in the background. Comes out dark if you don't put a different setting on the camera. Let the iris close up. Just like our eyes, Nikki. You know how your eye, the pupil gets smaller when it's dark and bigger when it's light? I should have closed the iris down. And there's a wedding. There's a chapel right next to Chambord, and there was a wedding going on. Very romantic place to have. In Stuttgart. Grampy Frank and Grandma Ruth are coming tomorrow from Merano, Italy. There's Joan of Arc again on her horse. Very famous character in the Loire Valley, and they had some costume people. I think we're at the Chaumont-sur-Loire, across the river from Amboise Fortress. Well, Michael looking very sharp in a jacket and a tie there. Yeah, this is Chaumont, another outdoor staircase, very beautiful. And we were down in Stuttgart today at our old Chinese restaurant, Chinois restaurant, off the Marktplatz in Stuttgart. Oh, this is the Amboise Fortress and Chapel, where Leonardo da Vinci died and was buried. I think he's still buried in this area somewhere, if that's Amboise. They have beautiful flower gardens and countryside around there. There's the porcupine crest, very famous, and there's the ermine. Those are the two famous crests of the families of the royalty of France. Yeah, this is Chaumont sur Loire, where Leonardo, no, across the river was Amboise. Okay, we're coming to, I think that's Amboise there. We go to that next. And in a few minutes, we'll see the chapel where Leonardo da Vinci was buried. We were just making our way from one chateau to the next. Yeah, we're going to Amboise. Amboise had a beautiful staircase. Yeah, there's Adrie and all the kitties, Karen. Alexis was one of the boys' names, I think, of the Alias family. There's the town clock. Every town had its major horologie clock, usually set above a archway such as that same architecture that we saw in Rouen earlier in this tape. Pansies. That structure on the left was a winding road going up the side where you could drive horses quite steep, but if you had to make an escape, you could go up or down